Happy Monday, third grade. Today we're going to continue our study of animals. Remember, we finished up chapter 1. We're on chapter 2 now. So you should have your notes. Last week, we got caught up on our notes at the start of lesson 1. Today we're going to be talking about vertebrates. So we're going to be on page 40 of our science textbook. All right? Page 40. On page 40 at the top, you see ways of grouping animals. That's where we're going to start reading. I'll get under my dot cam so you can follow along and make sure that you're filling out your notes. Remember, when you're done with your notes, keep them in your book. You'll turn them in when we're completely done with our chapter. Top of page 40, ways of grouping animals. How we group animals depends on what we want to learn about them. Animals can be grouped by where they live or how they act. They may also be grouped by how they look. A body feature passed on from an animal to its parents is called a trait. Traits can include things that an animal does. Now, one animal can be placed into different groups. For example, a group of animals that eat mice can include snakes, hawks, and owls. A group of animals that fly can include hawks and owls, but not snakes. So we have all these different ways of grouping them, and you can group animals based on anything that would be similar that you want to study. So we had our first vocab word, traits. Animal traits are body features passed on from parents. So anything that they get from their parents that they're going to be a body feature, that would be a trait. Now we're also going to learn about vertebrates. Animals with backbones are called vertebrates. So copy that word right here. We're going to have many different types of vertebrate groups that we're going to fill in our notes here. Let's jump back into our text. Animals with backbones. Another way to group animals is by whether or not they have a backbone. An animal with a backbone is called a vertebrate. Cats, birds, fish, and snakes all have backbones and other bones in their bodies. Their bones grow as the animals grow. Their bones give them strong support. This allows many vertebrates, such as elephants, to grow very big. Right? That structure, that spine, that backbone, and all the other bones are what help them to grow very big. This is a lynx. A lynx is a vertebrate. Now on the other page, you've got all sorts of different groups. Let's look at the first group, fish. These vertebrates spend their entire lives in freshwater, ocean water, or both. Most fish have slippery scales and breathe through gills. All right, so this group was fish. Fish have gills. Second group, amphibians. Frogs, toads, and salamanders belong to a group called amphibians. Many amphibians spend part of their lives in water and part on land. Most young amphibians live in water. They get oxygen through gills and through their smooth, moist skin. As they grow, most amphibians develop lungs that they use to breathe air. So think about what you know about frogs. Right? They'll start as a tadpole, which lives in water. Then when they develop those lungs, they're a frog, and they could be out of the water too. All right, so amphibians. What's something unique that they have? They have gills and lungs. Next group is going to be reptiles. Snakes, lizards, turtles, crocodiles, and alligators are reptiles. They mostly have dry, scaly skin. These vertebrates breathe air through lungs. All right, so their dry, scaly skin is what we characterize those reptiles by. So reptiles have dry, scaly skin. All right, so that dry, scaly skin is what we're going to characterize those by. Next, we have birds. Birds are vertebrates with feathers and bills that do not have teeth. They breathe air through lungs. Wings and light bones help most birds fly. Their coat of feathers help them stay warm. So birds have wings and feathers. And then our last group, mammals. The vertebrates that you probably know best are called mammals. Mammals have hair at least during part of their lives. The hair keeps them warm. Mammals breathe air through lungs and feed milk to their young. Right, so mammals have hair. Maybe you're thinking of it more as fur. Excellent, that's where we're going to stop for today. Tomorrow we'll pick it up learning about our invertebrates, or animals without backbones.